Saturday we went and we handed out some flyers because that night we were gonna have some Spanish rappers coming in from another place in Mexico.
John had made these flyers for us and it said like rap performance, and it was all in Spanish. We couldn't really read it, but all we could understand was rap. And so we figured that they were for the events. And so we got to go to a couple of villages and hand them out to people.
And it was fun to do it because, like, in America when you hand out flyers, what you're basically doing is giving a piece of paper to someone and saying, here, can you please throw this away? But in Mexico you would hand out flyers to people and then other people would see it and they'd come up and take a flyer because they wanted to know what was going on. And it was just fun to see just like how much people actually cared.
So that night, we picked up the group, the Christian rappers, and they were awesome. So our first performance was that Saturday night, and it was in a place called Los Echotes, and that was really close to where we were staying.
Later in the afternoon, we set up for one of their concerts that they were going to be doing in town. We set up these plastic chairs on a basketball court. We set up speakers, just everything, and it was just fun. Like, that was a fun event.
Once they started rapping and once they started giving their performance, like, people from the streets were like, oh cool, what are they doing? And so they would come and they really knew how to entertain the crowd, and so it was cool.
People came out and sat down and we went through at least an hour and a half of games that they did, and then rapping and then testimony, and 4 people gave their heart to the Lord that night, and a family of 2, and then another guy and another kid. And then there was a girl that was at the rap concert, and her and her family were sitting on the right side of the court. The little girl, she had a physical ailment which didn't allow her to walk, and she was cross-eyed, and she was mentally completely fine. She could talk and she could communicate, but the physical part of her wasn't there. And after the rap concert, I asked Betty if we could go pray for that girl. And yeah, that was really cool. We sat there for at least 10-15 minutes just praying for that. Christian, the rapper, came over and he started speaking in Spanish to the family, and picked her up and kind of walked her around a little bit. But she broke our hearts. I mean, someone that's in Mexico that already doesn't have very much at all, now has even less, isn't able to walk, isn't able to see right. So that was hard to see.
Then Sunday came along and we had 2 church services, an English one, which was Pastor John's, and then a Spanish one was Pastor John spoke at, and they were both really, really cool. Pastor Rob actually spoke at Pastor John's church, which was really sweet.
And after that, we all rolled out to the Spanish-speaking church, which John does at 11 o'clock.
And then Christian, he did a performance there for the people. It was fun to see because Chris actually got to play along.
Hay poder en esa sangre que derramó en ese madero. Jesucristo el primero y el postrero. Por él es que yo vivo, por él es que yo sigo. Su mano está conmigo, él es mi fiel amigo. El rey de los reyes, doctor de los doctores, que sana los dolores, que está con nosotros, que quita los temores. Te puede ayudar, pues te puede libertar. Su sangre a ti, tu corazón puede sanar. Él tiene la respuesta para todo tu dolor. Se llama Jesucristo, siempre